Let's see if I can get her to come over. Here we go. And there it is. We are over. Okay, so as we've spoken about before, once a boat's capsized, this area next to the trampoline, this is the space that we need to get out of. So if we're behind the shroud, we come back. If we're forwards of the shroud, we go forwards. But we don't linger in this space here. We get out. Okay, I'm just going to come to the bottom of the boat as we go around. Try not to kick the rudders up. Come forwards, grabbing, making sure I stay holding on to the boat at all times. And then we're on. Okay, so then our sort of standard procedure, if there was wind, would be to take the capsize righting line out and we're going to throw it over the hull. We want it on a boat like this, or if we think we're not going to be heavy enough, we want it on the widest part of the boat, which is just going to be just forwards of the dagger boards. Then I'm going to go to the back of the boat, let the main sheet off, but I'm going to keep the traveller in because the traveller is going to stop the boat from bearing away when we come upright. There isn't any wind at the moment, but what we want is the wind to be blowing straight onto the bow of the boat. So we're just going to see if it's actually possible to right the boat. I'm about 90 kilos these days, so here we go. So going to go on the righting line. I've hooked into the righting line and I want to be just clear of the water. It's not going to happen. All right, so I'm just going to climb back up there. What we're going to do is we're going to take our capsize righting bag, and in fact, before we can do anything, I need to tie going to tie a bowline in the righting line right up by the hull. Okay, I'll make a video about tying a bowline this way. So what we've got here is a 50-litre bag, and attached to it is a rope, and then attached to that rope we've got a purchase system. It's a 3-to-1 we've got on there, and then I'm just going to clip the bag onto this bowline that we've tied, and then we're going to lower the bag into the water. I might actually get into a better position for this, and we're going to fill the bag. So I'm really trying to get as much water as possible into the bag because we want the bag to be nice and heavy. All right, I believe that the bag is pretty full there. Okay, so now what we can do is we're going to bring the bag out of the water. So here we go, hoisting it up. So the bag is now out of the water, and we're going to use the weight of the bag to help us to bring the boat up. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but I'm pushing out with the bag. Now, is that extra weight enough for us to get the boat out? Okay, not that time. So I need to get a bit lower down. So I'm actually gonna release the line a bit to lower the bag down, which should allow us to get closer to the water as we go onto the righting line. Here we go. Second go. Now, quite a lot of people have said, wouldn't it be good to make a sort of backpack with the bag of water? Well, I wouldn't want to be in this position with this attached to my back, because when you end up in the water, it's going to be quite a bad position. Okay, so I need to get lower down still. So I'm just going to come back. Maybe I'll just come off that knot. And here we go. Let's try lower down. Okay, she's coming. Here we go. And whew. What worked for us there was getting lower down to the water. All right, now unfortunately this boat isn't fitted with the Stefan system for getting back on. So right, how are we going to do this? Okay, and we're back on. So there we go. The bag, 50 litres, I'd say probably about just over half filled, was enough for us to bring the boat up